Well, hello, my friends. Blessing and peace on you in the mighty name of King Jesus. Guys, welcome to Mexico City. Guys, a very special edition of what we do across Troy Brewer Ministries and all of our media team, as I'm going to try and share with you what the last couple of days has been like. Now, friends, I want to ask you, hey, would you please invite people to join us? Would you please let us know where it is that you're watching from? Just say hello to me right on, and we will go through all of those comments. Guys, we have a whole team of people that's standing by. And one of the things too that I also want to remind everybody is that all of our team is standing by to take your phone calls right now at 877-413-0888. Now that number should be listed here on the bottom of the screen, 877-413-0888. And guys, our all of our people, all of our prayer partners are standing by. Guys, listen, we got a lot to pray about. We got a whole lot to talk about. Wait till I tell you. Number one, what can I say about 2 days of a missions trip where it's things you've never seen before, but it's also things you've seen a million times over the past 30 years. You're with a team of people that some of them it's their first time in this. Some of them have been with us in various other nations, but they've never seen this. And out of the 51 homes that we have throughout the world, and when I say 51 homes, it's actually 51 compounds. Many of the 51 compounds have multiple homes on them. Every single one of them is different. You know, whenever you rescue kids out of sexual trafficking, it's different from community to community and from nation to nation. It's different on a whole bunch of different levels. This one has been something else because Mexico City, guys, I want to tell you, if you've never been to Mexico City, man, you ought to come sometime because it's a crazy cool place. I actually love Mexico City. Never been here until about a year and a half ago, and never had a reason to go to Mexico City until we came down here, and then we had an opportunity to rescue kids. Guys, whenever we first started coming here, by the way, that's great news, just so I tell you that. Whenever we first started coming here, guys, we were just going to the border, and we have tremendous works on the border in Matamoros, Mexico. We worked with Gina Zagara, and we did so many things throughout the years, all the work that we did in trash dumps, but I never had a reason to come to Mexico City. Well, I want to tell you, we did. We were invited here. We fell in love with several ministries here. And guys, they didn't have very much to work with whatsoever. So we stepped in and said, we want to make sure that your staffs are paid. All of your employees are paid because a lot of people were not paid. We want to make sure that the quality of life of the kids that are in this place goes way through the roof. And then we also want to open up for tons and tons and tons of more rescues. And guys, we did that. So a big part of this trip has been visiting all the new homes, meeting all the new kids that we have recently rescued, because guys, we have 5 of these homes here now, and they're all filled to the fullness of capacity, except for the boys' home, which we just now opened. And when I say just now opened, I'm talking about yesterday. I'm not talking about we just opened it a year ago. No, we opened up our Cancun Rescue Center in January. It's already filled to the fullest of capacity, which means, friends, we're going to have to build a bunch more houses. We're going to have to build a bunch more compounds. We're going to have to build a bunch more teams and staff, and we're going to have to take care of a whole bunch more kids and move them from slaves into being kings. And guys, I need your help to do that. So I know that we have a couple of videos to show you, and I want to start off here by kind of giving you a recap of yesterday. Now, let me prep this, because when we came in here yesterday, we were honored by the mayor. We were honored by the governor. We were honored by the El Presidente Municipal, which is a really big deal down here. And they were saying, thank you for rescuing so many kids. And then from there, we went to another big event where, again, they honored us. The city actually honored us and said, thank you for coming in here. One of the things that we actually did was I told them the need that we have for drug rehabs, because all of these girls and boys that we're actually freeing from this terrible sexual slavery, man, guys, they're so addicted. I mean, we just now put a child in a drug rehab, and she's 8 years old. We just got her. We just rescued her. She's actually a porn star, and she's 8 years old. She is a little bitty tiny hobbit. And now we're having to turn her over to people that we do not know, as her body goes through this painful process of getting out of this. You know what? I don't like that. They need to come into a family situation with professional psychiatrists, with professional doctors, but they need a family situation. From the moment that we rescue them, we need to be able to bring them into a family. I don't know these other people. I know our people. So I got hooked up with a really cool team here, and we have a rehab here that we're already sponsoring. I talked with them and told them I want to build these things all over Mexico because we are rescuing children all over Mexico, and I want these rehabs built. And so we partner with one, and guys, I was actually able to bring in the compliance that we need to bring in trafficked kids, which there's not anything like that anywhere near here. And guys, that cost $100,000 bill. And it was my great privilege to actually write out a check because of all of our precious partners and give $100,000 away so that we can start taking in children that need us to take care of them as they go through their rehabilitation and as they dry out, not only from the horrible drugs that they've been a part of, but which is not their fault. They are children and they are fed these drugs as part of their trauma, and it's just part of their mess. But as they get away from the life that they once lived. Guys, I got a really cool recap to show you how cool it is to be me that comes from yesterday. This not today. This is from yesterday. Watch this.
So, guys, today there's going to be a lot of fanfare. There's going to be a lot of red carpets, a lot of those kinds of things, right? Hey, listen, this is not about us. So it's one thing to rescue a kid. It's another thing to rescue a rescuer. It's another thing to train a nation to rescue kids.
Estar con Troy es muy importante para nosotros como gobierno porque esta colaboración ayuda a que todos los gobiernos nos centremos en lo más importante, que es la acción del ser humano.
Well, my gosh, guys, listen, we hopped right off the plane and then we went straight to an event. They were celebrating our ministry and thanking us for our partnership with this amazing clinic. And now, guys, we're going to go into this 500-year-old cathedral. San Franciscan monks used to be here 500 years ago. And guys, we're about to do a whole nother event where we're announcing our partnership for a brand new rehab. It's going to be crazy cool.
I want to build my own rehabs. I want to have them all over Mexico. And I'm going to start off with this first one right here.
Troy is going to help us with this money so that we can help even more people, even more girls and boys to have recovery for drugs and for more places for Mexico. And it's such a blessing.
I mean, it's a true partnership. I mean, it really is a true partnership.
Oh my goodness, it was such a good day. And I'm so daggum happy to be able to take you with me through the miracle of media and this amazing hardworking group of people that's actually right behind this camera right now. Guys, yeah, did you see that? So whenever we gave our $100,000 yesterday, it was to bring a local rehabilitation center into compliance so that we can actually begin now to bring our trafficked children into that place. Today, we actually met a little girl that's 17 years old, and she has a baby. We rescued her a few months ago, and whenever we did rescue her, she immediately had to go into a rehab. And guys, she had to take her baby in there with her. Oh, listen, we can do so much better than that. I'm telling you, we can. We can do so much better than that. And now, guys, we're starting. And once we get this thing all lined up, it's going to be a model for how we do this all over the planet Earth. Now, we don't have the problems with our rescued children being addicted in other countries the way that we do here in Mexico. But let me tell you why. The reason why it is incumbent upon us as the body of Jesus to make a tremendous difference here in Mexico is because 65% of all the world's child pornography is made right here in the nation of Mexico. But it's not just Mexican children. It is all the children that are being moved from the southern open border of Mexico to the northern open border of Mexico because the United States of America has open borders. And all of these children are flooding through this place. Traffickers are actually bringing them into this place and they're preying on them. But then, you know what? Jesus likes to throw a great big wrench into that, and the people of Jesus stand up. The body of Christ stands up, and then, guys, we answer this evil with the goodness of God. Many of y'all are already standing with us, and that means that you already have a part in what we have been doing. And if I want to say this to you, if you have not yet partnered with us, I would say this: is there not a cause? Come on, is there not a cause? Guys, call the number that is on the screen right now. Call 877 413 0888. Well, guys, if you're late joining us, I'm Troy Brewer, and I'm here in Mexico City, and the sun's going down here. We're a whole lot further south than you cats are. And today has been an incredible day. Yesterday was an incredible day. And we have been rescuing kids. We've actually been visiting our recently rescued kids and making sure that all of our rescuers have everything that they need to not only rescue these kids, but now to raise them. And as always, our commitment is for a lifetime. Once we make the commitment, once we say yes, once we do that, yeah, we don't care for how long, as long as you need us. If you're way into your 20s, long as you need us, we don't care. Listen, we're going to be here for you. A lot of these kids have never had a family outside of being sexualized. And it's up to us as the body of King Jesus to actually show them something different. But it's also up to us to bring them into a place where they say, I could have never imagined living in this nice of a place. Today, guys, we actually went to the boys' home, and I actually asked these boys who just a little while ago were slaves. I'm talking about very recently were actually slaves. I asked them, I said, guys, did you ever imagine that you would live in a house like this? And this one little boy said, no, I never imagined. The other little boy said, I was always thinking big, but I didn't know how. And I thought that was a brilliant answer. I went, I like that. But this one little boy's like, no, I never imagined. And guys, he's so proud of his house. Man, of course, all these little girls, whenever we were at the girls' home today, and I think that there's 18 girls in there. Is that right? I think that there's 18 girls in the one home that we're in. And guys, we have so many homes. It's hard for me to keep up with how many is in there. But I mean, they want you to see their beds. Like, this is my bed. This is my bed. And whenever we first rescued these kids, they refuse to sleep in a bed. They only want to sleep under the bed. But we're prepared for that because the bed has been a place of terrible trauma for them. It's a great transition for these kids to move from the bed represents the worst thing to the bed represents the safest thing. That is a huge prophetic act to actually transition a child from the bed, meaning the worst thing, to the safest thing. And that's the work that we do. And that's the work that we have been doing now for 30 years. In 2016, we decided to not do this randomly anymore, but actually start doing this very intentionally and very, very, very strategically. And guys, I can tell you that we just celebrated rescuing our 11,000th child. 11,000. Can you imagine? I mean, the town that I live in, Glen Rose, Texas, 2,444 people. This is 11,000 children that we have been able to literally pull out of the mouth of the lion and then set them up for life. Guys, we're way into our second generation now. And today, guys, I actually got to see it. One of the cool things that we did today is that we also went to, there at our girls' home, we opened up a bakery. Now, that doesn't sound like much. Dude, it's as nice as a Starbucks, I think. I mean, it was... Everybody's shaking their head. Yes, I'm telling you, it's so pro. It is so nice. And there they learn how to make special pastries. And guys, it's no joke. I had several chocolate-covered Oreos today that rocked my world and changed my life forever. I'll never be the same again. And we also hired a professional branding person to come all the way down from the United States to brand it. We call it, what do we call it? Baking Dreams. Baking Dreams is what it's called. And it's got this beautiful rainbow and all these promises on it and all this stuff. And to brand it and then to build the packaging that all their little pastries would go in, so that these little girls, as part of their therapy of learning new life skills and loving the life that they actually live, that they get to be professional pastry chefs. I'm actually down here with Pastor Philip Thornton. Pastor Philip Thornton is a pastry chef. And dude, I totally forgot that until we got back in our bulletproof glass vehicle today and he goes, yeah, dude, you know, I'm a pastry chef. I went, oh my gosh. He's like, please, can I come down here and can I please come train these guys and show them how to make this and how to make that? We have what? You have videos of the armored cars. Okay, will my mic still be on? Okay. Okay, 7 seconds. Guys, I want you to watch this 7 seconds of what it's like to roll around for us. Come on. Da 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 da. Yeah, guys, that's how we roll down here. Now, we have to have a huge security team, and for several different reasons. Number one, because our name is known down here that we rescue kids, and there are nefarious individuals and nefarious militant groups that do not like that. Secondly, we have to make sure that our kids are secure. That's one of the reasons why I didn't get to do a live for you today. I was going to go live from there today and like, hey, I got to tell everybody, but guys, I'm just too scared that there's something I might show or something that might show these secret locations, and I just don't want to do it. So we're going to be going through all of our stuff today. Our editors are going to be going through all of our video today, making sure that every face is not recognizable and that there's nothing telling of where these homes are at, because these kids have to be secure. They have to. I do not want to re-rescue a kid after I have rescued them. I do not want to do that. So, guys, I'm asking you to prayerfully consider standing with me in a very upgraded way. Guys, I am not PT Barnum. I'm PT Brewer. I'm not gonna beg people for money. I'm not gonna do stupid things and try and manipulate people. I'm just telling you, the only thing that's keeping me from rescuing 22,000 kids instead of 11,000 kids is money. That's it. That's all. The only thing that's keeping me from rescuing another 1,000 kids and adding all those homes that go with that in this region is not that we do not have the government support. It's not that we don't know how to rescue them. It's not that we can't put together the teams. It's simply that we need millions of dollars to be able to do that. Guys, this is a great big money pit. You know, anybody that raises any kids, let me tell you, if you're wondering if you can afford kids, the answer to that is no. You do not consult your pocketbook to see if I can afford to raise kids. Your kids are going to cost you way more money than you ever imagined it would cost. Too bad, so sad. I have 4 biological kids, and all 4 of them have been and continue to be a money pit. That's how it works. Now imagine, Ben just said amen. He's right behind the camera here. Now imagine this. Imagine right now, right this second, we're taking care of 4,000 children that have very special needs because they have been sexualized. Just imagine how much money that costs. And imagine us saying, we want to take on another 4,000. We want to build the homes. Every single time, guys, that we build a home, it's a $500,000 bill every time. And guys, we have 51 of those homes. And friends, we need to double that. Guys, there's so much more we can do. And like, well, surely all the other organizations will go and rescue these kids, and they will house these kids, and they will put them in homes that any of us would put our own kids in. What organizations? Where are the people that actually rescue kids and actually raise kids? I'm sure that there's some out there, but I want to just tell you, they're not famous in the body of Jesus, because the church is not famous for doing this. The church is famous for complaining about things and getting mad about things, but we're not famous for actually doing the work that it takes 30 years to do. My teams have done that. And today, guys, we are positioned to make a greater difference than ever, ever, ever before. My good friend Patricia King was with me today, and gosh, she saw it. And she was flabbergasted at the spirit of excellence that we have with our kids and with our teams. She was flabbergasted with the way that we treat people and the way that we honor people. Guys, quite frankly, I just don't trust anybody else with that. And so I just do it myself. And I make sure that my teams do it. And I make sure that my teams train people to do it. My teams do this with joy. My teams are crazier than I am. And that's a big deal. And so, guys, I'm asking you to join us. Would you please go to odx.tv, or you can go to troybrewer.com, and there's a giving place there. And would you please consider giving? Because, guys, within the past 2 days, I have literally written checks for $135,000, and I have said yes to multiple other things that include upgrades that is going to cost a lot of money, and also includes the welcoming of so many more boys and girls that we can take care of. We can see them healed, and we can see them saved and redeemed in every way that a little boy or a little girl could be healed. Today, there's a 17-year-old girl that has this baby, and she's a mama girl. And we're getting ready to leave. And I actually told her right before I was leaving, I went over to talk to her. And I told her, I said, do you know what I noticed? And she said, what? And I said, I noticed what a good mama you are. And she started crying. I said, thank you for being a good mama. And she said, I want to be a good mama. She's never had a good mama herself. She's never had good parents herself. We just rescued her just within the past couple of months. She's been a slave her whole life. I don't know how old that baby is. Probably, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. Probably not even two years old. So that means she had that child at probably 15, right? So that means she was pregnant while she was 14. And that means that she was a slave before all that. So here's a 17-year-old little girl that doesn't have anybody in the world that'll just love her and just think she's cool and think she's important and think that she has value and just go, yeah, man, you're cool. You're awesome. And we're going to set you up. No, instead, everybody in the world abuses her. And she goes from one horror fest to another horror fest. And I guarantee you, they didn't take her to a doctor or to a clinic to have that baby. That girl, I guarantee it, was by herself, terrified, not knowing, is this the way this is supposed to feel? Is this the way that this is supposed to go? And not knowing, and then giving birth by herself, and then being forced right back into slavery, sexual slavery, right after having that baby. As horrible as that is, as terrible as that is, it is the reality of teenage girls all over the planet Earth. And if the body of King Jesus does not answer this, I promise you, there's nobody else coming. I have friends that are in the room that were with my friends in another nation last week, and they literally saw a girl chained to a couch with real chains, right? They literally saw a boy in a cage. And like, how is it? How is that even possible? It's possible because the body of Jesus is not a threat to it. And we don't provide simple solutions to complicated issues. We're too busy worried about pre-trib, mid-trib, or post-trib. We're too worried about, hey, exactly how do you baptize? And what are the magic words you say? Do you say in the name of Jesus, or do you say in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost? And I'm going to spend the rest of my life arguing that. There's another fight that you can fight. And you can fight to bring the kingdom. And that's the fight that we're in. Now, guys, I want to tell you that we are stepping on it today. And I want to invite you to join us. I want to invite you to join us. Call the number that's on the screen. Call 877-413-0888, right? 8, New Beginnings, 77, the church, 413, Philippians 4:13, 0888, which is the numerical value of the name, Jesus, 888. Hello, that'll preach. So guys, call that number. Call that number and say, I want to step things up. Also, if you just go to odx.tv and go, hey, you know what? I've got to support this. Do that. I'll double dog dare you. Or if you want to get by snail mail, if you're an old man like me and you're like, man, I don't trust any of this sorcery. I figure China's going to do something with it or something like that. That's kind of how I am. You can literally pick up a pen, write out an amount on a check, and you can send this in, and then it will go to rescue a child in some way. Guys, you can do that. Guys, we're putting the P.O. box up there on the screen, and you can see that right there, and I encourage you guys to do that. All right. Well, I think I'm about done. I think I'm about said everything I need to say. And guys,
keep following us because we'll be doing another one of these on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to do another one of these things on Sunday. And let me tell you what, Patricia King is down here with me right now, but she is going to be flying back tomorrow, and she is preaching at Open Door Church this coming Sunday. Wowzers. And guys, she's coming in hot. She's going to be glowing in the dark a little bit after having been down here with us. And she'll be able to tell you firsthand, and it's going to be great. Also, be watching over all of our social media things tomorrow as we post today's stuff. So we got a great video to show you. Guys, come go with me on this Redemption Road trip as we rescue more and 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 more kids. Right on. Guys, on Sunday, I'm going to be doing a live, and we're going to continue to do this. So follow us across all of my social media. Guys, thanks so much for joining in. Thanks so much for typing something and for letting me know that you're there. Thank you so much for giving something. Thank you so much for doing that. And guys, well, I think I'm going to let you go for a little while. And until the next time I see you, I call you the head and not the tail. You are above and you are not beneath. And you are indeed highly favored of the Lord. Bye-bye, everybody.